In the previous video we discussed that how we can place the image on top of the main image, right? So in order to do that, we have already wrapped our image inside a view, and there is a reason. You'll get to know why we are using a view as a container. So let's, okay, we don't have that. Let's have the text, and we'll say text will contain anime details dot data dot title. If I do that, you can see the title got placed on the bottom, right? But I don't want that. I want the title to be placed somewhere here, right? So what I'll say that I'll give a style to this text component, and I'll call this style as styles.title. Now let's define this thing. So the usual thing which we'll be doing for all the text, defining the color, font size, font weight. We have already done that. Now if we save it, still nothing happens, right? You can see trigon being here. Let me actually increase the font size so that it's actually visible. So you can see the trigon still is placed just below the image, but it should be somewhere here, right? So what we are going to do is we are going to say that position property will be absolute. Now when we do that, you can see, let me change the color. You can see that trigon got shifted here. Now why this thing happened? That's how the layout orientation and layout positioning works in React Native. So by default, all the elements, the position property is relative. So what relative means is that, okay, it is gonna place relative to the previous component. So for this particular text component, the previous component is image. But the moment you make it absolute, you're saying now I want to be placed absolute with respect to my parent. So now since we haven't defined any left or top or right or bottom, so by default it is 0 0, so it's placed on the left topmost. So let's change that and let's give some left. So if we give some left, so there will be some space which will be provided from the left. So I'll say 40 pixel. Now you can see that it got shifted to left by 40 pixel, but I think 40 is little too much. Let's keep it 25, and let's also give a top. And when we give a top of 25, and if we save it, we can see that it got placed somewhere here. Now also one thing which we have to understand is that there is a chance that this image will be fully white and our text disappears. So to handle that scenario, let's actually give it a background color, and background color we'll say as black. Okay, but still it doesn't make any difference because the background is just for a very small area. So what we'll say is we'll give some padding, and the padding in the horizontal direction will be 20 pixel and padding in the vertical direction will be 8 pixel. So we can see that now we will for sure have some contrast such that our title will be visible. Okay, let's also give some border radius of 4 pixel. So it already started looking much better. Let's see it on some other. Okay, that looks pretty decent. Or maybe actually we can invert the things. We'll say that the color is black and the background color will be white, and we can actually reduce the padding vertical a little bit and padding horizontal also 16, and we'll say this as 4. So yeah, it looks pretty decent now, right? So we'll be continuing with more styling in the next video. Thank you.